Yeah. My biggest deal I closed last year was a $109 million deal in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, 408
Do you partner with people on that?
I used to when I was brand new, right? So what I would do is I would go to people like Graham Stephan who have a fancy Patek watch, and I go, hey man, you obviously have money. Can you be my private money lender? In the very beginning, I didn't have the credibility to entice them to be my private money lenders. I had to entice them to be my equity partner. So I would do that. They'd come in with the down payment and the closing costs and maybe the furniture cost to get the Airbnb up and going if that was my strategy. But then I got credibility. I learned how to raise money that I didn't have to give away equity. So I haven't given away equity on a real estate deal in probably 5 years.
What rate are you getting for private money?
So on my flips, I get 10%, no points. On my long-term stuff where I go, all right, I'm buying it like this sub 2 deal. Let's give this as an example. If I was brand new, what I would do is my total cost to get this deal, the guy who's bringing it to me, it's an assignment. So this is cool. You can assign these sub 2 deals. Okay. So, he'll get paid 10 grand as an assignment fee. The closing costs will be 3 grand. And then I'll probably spend 5 grand cleaning up the property and getting it rented out. So I'll be into it, let's say 20 grand. If I'm brand new, this is what's cool about creative finance too. If you were a real estate agent and somebody comes to you, Graham, and says, I want to buy an investment property tomorrow. Guess what they have to have? Not only do they have to have good credit, job history, tax returns, and everything under the sun the loan officer is going to ask for. And then they're going to ask for more 2 weeks later. Then they're going to ask for more 2 weeks later. You've been through this a bunch of times. You're like, dude, how much more information do you need? Just get the freaking loan done. The worst part about that is that the down payment has to come from their own sources. In creative finance, I can get a private money lender to bring that money in. Nobody cares where my down payment came from, right? So somebody will come in with that 20 grand and I'll pay them 12% interest. And then I'll utilize the cash flow to pay them off for probably the first year, maybe 2 years. So I give them 12% interest on their 20 grand. That makes sense?
Yeah. So how many like doors or houses do you have now?
Close to 1,800.
How do you manage all that?
So I have a team. I have a Molly. Everybody that knows me knows Molly. Yeah. Molly's my COO, and then I've got an asset manager, and then I got a team. But when I first started, it was when you get up to like 20 rentals, you can primarily manage that yourself, like you and maybe your spouse. And it gets to a point, I think you're at 10, that you go, dude, this is like starting to become a job. And you outsource that to a property management company. So I have property management companies that we outsource it to. I've never started a property management company. It was never something I wanted to do. And so I have property management companies like in North Carolina, I have a lot of assets, Florida, Texas, Atlanta specifically, Nevada, I have a bunch of properties here, and Arizona. So I have property management companies there, and then I have an asset manager that manages them, and then I have a COO that manages her.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
And what do you look for? Is it cash flow, or do you go for appreciation?
I don't care about appreciation. I tell people all the time that equity comes, equity goes, but the cash always flows. So like, look what happened in this last year. What happened was when I first started, I was like, how do I get cash flow? And then when I understood the tax benefits of buying real estate, I actually care more about the depreciation, right? There's a lot of people that you hang out with, they're all these rich people that get these big swaths of money. And these guys are giving away 40, 50% of their income to the IRS. I'm not paying any of my income. I don't pay any income tax. I pay consumption tax and employee tax and property tax and all that stuff. But my money that I make, I don't pay any income on it because I use real estate to offset that. So the main thing I care about is this a property that will cash flow, number one. And number two, I care about the debt that comes with it. And then number three, I care that it's going to give me the tax benefits that I need to pay pay $0 in tax.